Hi! Well, how are you doing today? I'm doing fantastic. You know, when your mic just randomly messes up because like it just jiggled a little bit out of the socket. I mean, it's not like I got like 20 minutes of audio that I just gotta throw in the garbage. Oh man. Well, it's fine because I just love you guys so much, so I guess I'll just have to do it. Just throw it in the garbage. In the garbage. In the garbage. In the fucking garbage. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Cash, and today's video is the intro was not sarcastic, and I'm actually kind of pissed about that, but it is what it is. Sometimes the mic just I was looking for my wallet, I couldn't find it, so I was like fuck, and I probably just hit it, jiggled it, something like that. So I'm just gonna have to do the video over again, but it's fine, it happens. If you're a content creator, shit happens all the time, let me tell you, buddy. But you know what, sometimes it does give you another chance, another like, oh, I wish I would have done that better kind of thing going on. But one thing that you guys should do is definitely check out the Dark Souls. Go check out that Dark Souls. There's a video that dropped earlier today, which is gonna pop up on the upper right hand corner, and there's a video that's gonna drop after this because I'm going to torture myself because it's kind of fun. Anyway, so first we're gonna start off with all of the, well, not first, but we're gonna start off with all the Vagabond characters. I'm gonna review them in this video. And first, we're gonna go over Schmid because I just feel like you should start off with the general. Once you find out the general, then it will kind of explain the reasoning for all the other characters that are in that same group. One thing that I will have to go and say over again is that yes, they are in the Nation Recruit. They are in the summon pool, so you can summon them now if you guys didn't know that. And they also pop up on the Nation Recruit. I know that only because of FG3000 did a video, and I was like, oh snap, Vagabond summons that. So they must have finally did that. I didn't know if that was gonna come into the game immediately or they were gonna wait, but it is there. You just have to wait for the rotation. So let's go over each individual character. The timestamps are gonna be in the description. They're gonna be up in the chapters, I think they call it. So you guys can actually just skip to whatever character that you would like to talk about. But I advise you to at least start on Schmid, because Schmid is the general. So let's look at his base stats. Base stats are going to be his HP is kind of whatever, attack is whatever, and his defense is actually very important. 964 we'll come back. Hit is above 100, which is good. Dodge is below 100, which is okay, but means he's going to be getting hit by more things than usual. Critical hit is, I'm not, you know, don't you critical, ask for normal. I like the standard size, please. Block is okay, 60, and his attack speed is 96, which means he's not going to be going first, so he's a second to third going character. And we already know this stuff is exactly the same. Let's go over to his character profile of this. Check out how old the boy is. He's going to be 42. Hey, he looked pretty good for 42, I'd have to say. And this is his story. Wow, it's so interesting. All right, so let's go over to the skills. Even though we've seen most of this stuff before, when everything dropped, we all was like, oh, woo, wow, wow. But, you know, just for context, have it in here. Because now we have it to where we can see it in a slower motion. And a lot of things kind of make more sense that way. I'm just going to show off all the skills this time first, so you guys see all the skills, and then we can go over what the heck they do. And I'm also going to biggie size it. Big size! Boom, there it is. For thumbnail purposes. So this is his S1, which makes a lot more sense when it's actually slowed down, because all the voice lines line up. Look how slow it is. This is an expensive lesson. There it is. In fast speed, that would happen like 6 years later, and you'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then his S2, I want to say S3 so bad. His S2 is actually a single target hit. This brings back old memories, doesn't it? Now, my complaint, I have a complaint. You guys, let's watch it together, and then you can tell me what the complaint is. Okay. Now that animation is smooth as butter. My complaint, however, that I think it's a little bit too slow. I think that if they sped it up, it would I don't know, I think it would just have more impact. It's gonna look quicker when you 2x it, but in general I feel like there's a little bit too much dead time in the animation. Let's go over everything. So the S2 was an AoE hit. It costs 3 mana. It's mostly for Guardian Stone breaking and for his passive, which we'll go to in a second. And this is just a nuke. For the reasons being, it's just a nuke to either kill a target, which 750 would be just fine, and for just doing good damage possibly on a boss target. That's kind of what that's for. Really annoying that they didn't give that to us during the story, but I digress. Now his counter, he has counter 3, which means he's getting mana if the target dies. If he counters, then they die. If they don't, if they have high health, yep, flow of mana, you guys already know that, giving mana to the back line, permanently 1, so when your turn comes you'll always have 2 mana as long as he's in the squad. Master's Footsteps is the next one. Like I said, his defense is very important because you will only grant Master's Footsteps to allies with a lower defense than himself. So with that being said, you have to make sure his defense is high. So I'm going to showcase the gear set thing once in this video, so just so you guys know, but you should be putting him on a blue set so he can have the highest defense and then adjust accordingly. Then he has Prey, so when the skill hits, afflicts target with Prey when a skill hits. That's the whole significance of his S2. If you want to go for a Prey and putting that on the target, or if you want to put it, you know, if there's only one single target, then you just want to go for the Damahe, you know, up to you. But if you're just trying to put Prey on as many targets as possible, you're definitely going to go with the Greystorm Sword. Once you hit someone with that, you will actually get a turn reset as long as you are under Master's Footsteps yourself. So you have to make sure the more people on your team with Master's Footsteps, the better. Same thing with the Guardian passive here, which is the last but not least kind of thing in his kit, is that if attack hits, if the people that have Master's Footsteps outside of himself survive, he himself, Schmid, will take 90% less damage, which is really, really big. So as far as surviving AoEs, he'll definitely survive AoEs, especially if, you know, the other targets are survive, which he has nothing to help them survive. He just, you know, if they survive, he'll take less damage, which is a pretty cool thing. Synergizes really well with Tranquil, by the way, obviously, and possibly reviving, damage immunity. There's a lot of cool things that synergize with that. So that's kind of how you want him. That's why you need his defense to be as high as possible. I'll go into that specifically for him. The other characters don't need a breakdown really for that. But like I said, that's why you're starting off with this to hit off a certain target, or, you know, if you are taunted or something like that, just hit that and then everyone can get free turns. Remember, it's not a double team attack, it is an actual turn reset. You will get your turn again, which is nuts. There's so much synergy with that. Again, Lepin, for just a quick name to throw out there, Lepin can come in there, give the S2, give you another turn, get a turn. Yeah, it's insane. And when you get a turn, by the way, a turn reset is legit. It actually happens within the round. So if you get a turn reset near the end of the round, for a fast character, you might end up getting 2 turns, and we'll go over that obviously when we go to Awaken Zeon. So that is Schmid, and that's why you kind of would want to get him, especially if you want to start messing around with that. It really encourages the tag meta, and I really like the tag format in this game, and I think that they need to utilize it more. And this is cool because if you have a bunch of characters that have high defense, like Ulum, you know, you can't really mesh him with him, so like you kind of can't put him in the same team comp. For example, characters, a lot of tanks besides him, let me just pop this up, like he has very high defense. He's not even a tank, he has very high defense. I think a lot of these characters, these bruisers, have high defense, and this is, I think, the first general that they have that's like that. I think Rachel might be. Yeah, Rachel's is like that too, 964. But you're not obviously gonna go with defense on Rachel. But even these characters have decent amount of defense, but don't really have a reason to increase it. The only one that does have a reason to increase it would be Frankie Daddy. So Frankie will definitely have high defense, but that's only, you know, because him. But every other tank or anything like that, all other attack-oriented characters are going to be pretty much below it. And then you have the tanks that are really about that tank life, like Ulum, Mahar. There's no way in the flying fuck that you were going to do that if there's, because a lot of them have defense scaling stuff, so they're probably stacking on the blue Awaken set too. Or they can just go HP, depending if they just want to stay alive because the defense is already good enough. And then of course they usually have high block. So a lot of cool stuff you can do with that. I don't know how exactly high you can get the defense on one character. I know Frankie has been the only one so far that's been doing it, and he doesn't have that much. He's like, what, 50 off of Frankie? So if you can have Fear of the Abyss on a lot of characters, you can probably have your allies under that. Remember, this is something that you put on your allies, so you don't have, if you're trying to avoid Fear of the Abyss or whatever, which most people don't care to avoid it, you know, if the Frankie has high defense, is going to put it on you, it's fine. But I just wanted to also mention this in the video because I don't think that I was that knowledgeable back when I did Frankie's review, is that this bottom row here is defense on the main stat. So when you see defense on the main stat, that's how the top stat is actually always attack. You should be choosy, like how you see this is attack. This one is 191. Let's check this one, 190. This one 186. 186 again. So when you are going and looking around for this bottom set, I'm just using purple because it's there. This one's 67. This one's 57. So, oh my God, you definitely want to go with the 67 one. Whatever the highest defense that you have on that this bottom row here, make sure that you utilize it, because obviously you want the highest defense on Schmid, so he can put everyone under Master's Footsteps, so they can get the turn resets on the attack targets that he has triggered, and yada yada yada. So let's go over to the next character, which is going to be CC in the building. All right, so CC, as you can see, she also has naturally lower defense because she is a support character, so her HP will be ridiculously high because she has, you know, most healers are gonna have a healing skill based off their HP or a shield or something. Her hit is gonna be below 94, which is really not that important. Her dodge is 101, which is pretty good. Her hit is 90 because she has no freaking attack. Also helps with the grave robber, which no one gives a fuck about. Block is 60, attack speed is 35, which is really weird at how slow she is, but she is a healer, so I guess it's nice that she goes after damage has been dealt. Let's go over to a character profile. And ladies and gentlemen, this really cool stylistic character with all this personality and sass is 14 years old. So watch your ass. Be careful out there. But I do feel weird that it's like a 14-year-old and she's like in the middle of a fighting war thing. I don't know. Yeah, she's a healer, but you don't think you could have had someone that was like in their 20s like healing out there? I don't know. It's just really weird to have a kid, 14-year-old out there healing, you know? I don't know. And usually when they do a young character healer, usually don't they just have it like they're very young, they look young, like they would be like Rara or Legger's height, and like they're really good. Like she doesn't look 14, like she looks very older just by how tall she is. Like she's as tall as some of the 20-year-olds in this game, 40-year-olds in this game. Usually you use height as a judgment of age. So it's I don't know, it's just really weird how tall she is, and that she just kind of doesn't come off as a little kid. She, you know, she looks like at least, you know, 20-year-old. But you know, FBI open up. I'll show the auto again because it's 8 years. Really clean animations. All the butterfly stuff. The S1 here is the heal. As you guys know, it's gonna cleanse the debuffs and the damage over times. Just looks really cool. Oh, look at this beautiful butterfly. Let me just chuck it up. Now we get to see it in all its splendor. Nice in slow motion, not fast motion like we had to show before because we were in Coliseum. Really cool animation. And then we of course have the S3, when for some reason those same beautiful healing butterflies, you know, dance it up, that hey, you know what, those beautiful healing butterflies, like, oh, how about they go over to you? Oh God. And they attack it. Oh God, the bees by another butterflies. But you know, attack, it's an AoE hit, and I'm thinking that's just for, again, maybe Guardian Stone breaking or something. She has absolutely no damage, but it is good, especially in Coliseum and other nonsensical PvE things. It's good to have an AoE skill. So let's go over to her passive. She's gonna have the basic first aid, which is nice. She's gonna gain mana, blah blah blah. Not really important. Spring Wind, which you guys already know, but let's go a little bit more in depth about it. Is that, you know, she has to be under Master's Footsteps herself in order for this to trigger, and she only helps out characters that are under Master's Footsteps. I don't think I elaborated that before. So if you're not under Master's Footsteps, you're not getting the Nullify Heal immunity, and you're not getting the extra health regen. Now, like I said before, I don't think this is a counter necessarily to Ramji, because Ramji is mostly to counter like a Dorka, like someone that is going to constantly be healing over time. But a lot of Ramjis now are so strong that they're gonna just kill you straight out, and they're just blocking the heals, possibly for like a Rara or something like that. But this is a nice thing. I guess you can keep your Rara alive, make sure she gets her full health. But unless they have a stage necessarily in which you can't heal, I think that that's where this would come into handy. But for right now, it's kind of underwhelming. Outside of the health regen boosting, which I would love to see with Luke. But outside of that, I just want to see how crazy the healing is. Can you like full heal from like the block passive or something like that? Like how crazy is it for those characters under Master's Footstep to get healing? But there's not much to her. She's really, her animations are way cool. Really good. And I'm looking forward to her FCs. I think she's gonna be one of the best characters to have as a fake core, because I really look like what they can do with the butterflies. You know, maybe it's Christmas and now the butterflies are something else, you know, like, and I think that they can do a lot with her design, so I do like that. But as far as just being a pure character, she's okay. That's it. She's all right. And now we have the last but not least. Now, I did not review him when he first came out because I didn't blow through the story, but now we can actually look at Awakened Zeon, the new and improved. Again, his defense is lower, so he will naturally be under Master's Footsteps. Is it Footsteps? Let me... I always think it is Footsteps. Okay, cool. So yeah, he's naturally going to be under it. His HP is decently whatever, but his attack is 1226. So his attack is decently high. It's not as high as Bathory's, but it is pretty decently high. So it's not like as you saw the other ones, the bruiser kind of characters. He's a more of a YOLO, I'm going all in kind of character, especially if you see this like thing.
This was easy.
Even Maggie has more HP than him. These are very, when you see that little thing, like Baraka's gonna have like high attack, very low HP. These little fast bastards, except her, who is weird. She has that thing, but it, you know, they're under a characteristic, like an assassin kind of characteristic. That's why if you go down here, you can see his hit is 100, which is great. 110 dodge, awesome. We already know where we're going with that. Oh yeah, by the way, go red set on CC. Sorry. Sorry. Anyway, then you go dodge. I'm thinking you're gonna go green on him, right? Because he has pretty high dodge. Critical hit is, I'm sorry. And block is 60, but his attack speed is 114, so he's pretty fast. So that's gonna go, it's gonna be good for if he can get 4 mana for some reason by his turn. Possibly some shenanigans with Annie, FC Annie, but as far as him, he's not gonna synergize with Schmid on his first turn, because I think Schmid has to actually put the prey mark on characters. So the next turn it will be fine, but not the first turn. It actually tells you here that one, he's 21, so he didn't really age from all the events in the game. But I didn't actually know this part right here. Zeon gained new strength from the attack from Shifraken and the secret medicine of Shirasaku. And I guess if you get hit by Frankie and drink some Tylenol, you will be as strong as this guy. And let's look how strong that this guy actually becomes. So first we have his basic attack. That's so clean. Let me go Biggie style. Big style. So then we got that. Let's look at the S1. As you guys know, it's just a big heavy hit, which they kept consistent with this design. His S1 was always this big heavy hit, but it looks so good. Ooh, that look. That's it, man. That right. Ooh. Design team getting overtime. All right, and then we got Unleash Power, which is the AoE hit. Doesn't do anything crazy. Remember, these characters are faded. Usually all the crazy, stupid, weird stuff comes in with FC skins. So this is a really good starting point, I'll tell you that. Oh, it's on fire. Let me put it in a blade. Ooh. Look at that. Burning, baby. Delicious. So overpowered. Looks clean. I mean, the design team hasn't been, you know, they don't get no breaks. But really cool animations. But what does it all mean? What does it mean? He has the finishing blow. As long as it triggers at all, he's gonna gain 1 mana from it, which is awesome. But student becomes a teacher, increases own attack by 20% when affected by Master's Footsteps every time the turn resets. Kind of written a little weirdly, but the way I read it is that he gets attacked every time the turn resets. I don't know necessarily if every time his turn resets or anyone utilizing prey, but it's still pretty good. And also the turn reset, if it doesn't work the way that I'm thinking, it also could include Lepin. It could include when Lepin does it as well. Like, as long as his turn gets reset and he's affected by Master's Footsteps, he's gonna get an attack boost. Either or, he's getting free attack. He's definitely gonna get free attack as long as Schmid is on the field. And going up by 20% per, going up to 80%. The longer the fights stay on, this guy's gonna be doing crazy damage. This is going to be killing pretty much everything. And yeah, this is definitely going to be a strong AoE hit. Might actually be able to make up for the fact that it is not a burst skill. But, you know, a FC skin can change that, you know, later down the road. Before I go into the gear real quick, make sure you guys check out the other Dark Souls videos. There's one that was released today, and there's going to be one that comes after this video. So hopefully you guys go check that out. Like, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff, man. Sorry, I gotta bring it up, man. If you don't promote, they won't go. They don't know. They don't know. So, where is it? So we can see here, like I said, for Seo-A, I think HP will be the best because she has HP scaling stuff. Blue is gonna be for Schmid just for the extra defense. And I think green is gonna be for A.Zeon just because he has a decent dodge rate. Might as well incorporate into that. And that's pretty much it. And that's gonna be it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know who your favorite character is. Let me know if you think the Vagabond is worth summoning for, whether it be the donation recruit, or if you happen to get it and you're like, oh man, or fuck, my account is broken now. I got these crazy characters. Let me know how you guys feel about it. Of course, like I said, one more time, sorry, I gotta do it. Check out the Dark Souls videos, man. If you ain't checking out those Dark Souls videos along with the Exos video, what are you doing, man? I don't understand it. And just remember that every day at the casino is your lucky day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.